Hello, everybody. Hello. Say hi. Oh, I forgot my glasses. I am good. I am good. I've had a very big awakening release day, and I'm going to be talking about that this evening. That's what I'm here for. Hello, Annette. Hello, Angelia. I no longer have a bad chest. I no longer have a bad throat. I no longer have the heavy feeling in my head. Hello, my sister Cindy. Hello, Dad. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Casey. Welcome to the tattoo home. I've not seen you in the chat before. Welcome. It is. It really is. Oh, I'm going to get emotional again. Yes. Yes, it is. And while it's raw, while it's fresh, I wanted to come here. Hello, Gypsy Bones. Hello. I can feel myself welling up already. Hello, honeybee. Well, the reason, they say everything happens for a reason. There are no such things as coincidences. I feel, and I'm going to explain why I feel better. Thank you. Good to be with you as well. Thank you for all being here. On this journey, you learn not to fight against things, because if you do, you end up hurt. No, I still haven't got my software. What's happened with my laptop is the battery was no good. It's been on charge and the battery is blown. It's got a lump. So it's a brand new laptop that blew. So I couldn't use that. My phone, I can't even take a picture for the thumbnail. I can't do anything with it. I'm working with what I've got, and what I've got is live. And for me, that is okay for now. I'm going into the town tomorrow. Yes. Welcome to the TTT with tea. It's the 4 T's, the 4 tops today. Tattoo, Twin, Tarot and tea. Yes, the original tea maker here in England. That's where we are. I want to open my heart to everybody today, even those who are hater readers, because even you need some loving. And the last 24 hours, wow, what can I say? I couldn't go live yesterday, and the powers that be, the Almighty, the gods, the spirits, the universe, whatever you want to call it, was against me. And what do they say? God's diversion, his is also protection, or something along those lines. I'm not religious, so I don't know the same, but I know what it means as a roundabout way. So yesterday I was meant to go live, and I was going to talk about the pain and all the rest of it, and they are doing, yours has crashed, mine's crashed. I'm having to have the phone off for hours and hours just to charge it. I charged it and used it for my morning message this morning. I knew I had to get that message out, and no sooner as I'd let that message out, it was like, you know, you manifest and you speak it into existence. Well, right now we're in a really good point where we can do that. So after that message, something within me just clicked. It was like, it's almost felt like a dome that had a lock and a bolt on over my heart that protected me for years and years. And I didn't understand why. I am a very emotional internal person, but I didn't know why I couldn't externally express it. Why it felt so alien to me to be vulnerable when I am so loving and so giving, and I want the best for everybody, and I want people to heal. And that's why I started this channel. That's why my tarot had to go into a direction where I had to see the shadows and understand them to be able to help people see in theirs. But there was still something missing from deep inside of me. And last night I did a meditation. I was watching an astrologer and listening to what the Cancer moon is all about and how it can help release and to go with the positive side, not the fear side. And I understood all that. I've been working, I've been really going in with it, absorbing the information, so I completely understood it. But there was still something attached to my heart, and I couldn't understand what it was. I didn't know what it was, I just know there was something. So after this morning message, because I did it so early, it was the first thing I focused on. It was all that I knew. And they say, when you want to manifest, you wake up in the morning and you focus on that first thing, and that will carry you through the day. If the first thing you focus on is your phone, then all day you'll be addicted to your phone. And that's the way it works. If you get up in the morning, you start cleaning, you motivate yourself to do your cleaning all day. So this morning I motivated myself for healing. I knew there was something in my heart. I cried last night. I begged my ancestors to help me today, because I want free of this. I wanted free of the pain that locked my heart away, that didn't understand how to receive love. And being on this channel over the last few weeks, the love that you've shown me to get my cards, my lights, my chair, somebody actually cared enough to help me. 10-10. By me giving, I received it, and I received it openly. And I think that was the first cracking of the chains that I'd held myself within. So then after the message this morning, I kind of sat and I thought, what is holding my heart? What is it? And then it was almost like a bolt of flash of lightning came to me, and it was this voice within me that said, I'm the mother protector. And since you was a child, you didn't have that mother figure to hold you and protect you. So all these years I've protected your heart, because the pain you've been through, if I didn't, you wouldn't be here now. And I feel lost because you've healed so many of your wounds and of your shadow sides. I have nothing left to protect you from. And in that moment I realised the mother wounds within me, and that protection of mothers of old, and my mum and my nan, and how I've incorporated the pain I've had to feel to be my own mother in moments when I needed somebody. My inability to cry to other people and ask for help was because I always had my own mum inside. So I didn't know how to unlock this cage that was around my heart that stopped, or to make it okay for me to receive, which is why I was always the giver. So in that moment I realized I have to let that go. I have to unlock that heart by releasing the mother that protects me, because now it's not protecting me. Now it's holding me back. Now it's become a cage that's locked me in a prison. I don't have to protect myself no more. And it is safe to love, and it's safe to receive love. It's not only safe, my heart was bursting out of this cage, and this locks was restricting me. And in that moment, the tears started to stream and this light came in the room. It was so surreal and touching. It was like I had ancestors sitting around my bed, finally looking at me saying, you're free. You're free from having to protect yourself from love no more. Because you are not that child. You are not that person who needs to fight for love anymore, because you don't fight for anything. You have learned enough to understand now that you can be free from the chains and the shackles that in the past protected you, and now you need to let it go. So yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. So I sat within it. I cried for hours. I'm an air sign. Okay, my air is my sun sign. I'm passionate at the bottom with my Leo. Sagittarius is fiery. It's there isn't much water in my chart. Hello, Emma. There isn't much water in my chart, and that makes sense because the amount of water that I have in my chart stopped me feeling or needing that reciprocation of love. As long as I was giving, it was always okay, because accepting means I have to be vulnerable. So I let it go. And in the moment of letting it go, I thought, I need to express this. I need to get it out. I need to write it down. So I got my pen and paper out and I was just about to write it down. Hello, Nina. And I thought, no, this is a feeling I need to share. That vulnerability within me needs to allow other people to see that this is a thing. This is something that could be holding you within, especially if you have mother issue wounds. Me and my mum have made up. We have a good relationship now. In fact, we're going away. We're going out for a meal on Friday. Hey, Melissa. I did that. I did. So I wrote a poem of how I had to let go. I had to let go of the mother that was protecting me. You know, when sometimes a mother's love can smother you. Because I didn't have it in the physical realm, I had it internally and I held that within. And that was kind of like my blanket, but it became chains. So I wrote the poem, and through it, the tears were streaming, just releasing something. I know that the distance has grown so much from who I was to who I am. And this mother was mothering me to the point where it's smothering. And it was smothering my ability to be able to receive love, because I didn't know how to receive it. So this is what I'd done. I went through the meditation. I went outside. I've sat with it, and I've allowed those emotions all day to really cry it out. And all day I have, these are not sad tears. These are tears of my heart finally feeling as though it fills my chest now. And part of that journey started with you lot by helping me. And they say when you give, you receive it back. Some people get it in money. Some people get it in notoriety and more people and more views and all the rest of it. And that's okay for you if that's what you want. I have a small following. But do you know the amount of love that I got back and received was enough to crack my heart open? Because I believe some readers are out there and they have a massive following, but the disconnect between the people that watch them and their self is as such one that it's melodic, it's logical, it's theory based, it's about the cards, and it's about this and it's about that, it's about the monetary tone to give a message, to receive a message, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Whereas my journey was never about that on this channel. My journey was about showing my broken side, my open side, being vulnerable, to allow people to be vulnerable as well. Because when you see somebody else, it goes, oh, well, actually, that I've been through that, and oh yeah, that worked. If it works, it works for you. So The Cancer moon for me gave me the water within me that I don't already hold in my chart. And Melissa, your message was lovely on my poem state thing. It's on my community page if anybody wants to go in and have a look. It's titled the same as what the video is. Saying goodbye to the woman I know. And that woman was me. And it was a demon that I was holding within me. And I didn't need it anymore. And I feel free. I really feel free. It really is like I've managed to sort everything else out, all of my other issues. And you know what? Not once today have I sat and thought about my person. For days I've been angry, emotionally built up, and I wanted to release it. And I thought, how can I release it? How can I do it? How can I not worry? How can I stop panicking? How can I stop analysing like logically? And it was draining me. And I've handled this so well all the way along, but that's because I wasn't working from my heart. I was working from, I understood what I had to do, and I done it, and then I got given. And it's almost like the divine knew that they had to open my heart last. It was the last thing that they had to open, because everything else had to be in place, like a wheel. Imagine like a clock. There was like 12 steps. And once I released one step, I go to the next one. But that last one, that before it dang, I went ga-ding, before the bell strikes midnight, that last one was going to be my heart. Because it couldn't have opened before, because that was what was protecting me and helping me heal, guiding me through all of the steps I needed to get to the end. And now I'm here. And I've had a really, really good day. I've laughed, I've cried, I've connected with the kids on a better level, because I'm going to be able to be a better mum to them by not working from that place of overprotection, that harshness. Exactly. People will say like, oh, look how she's out here again speaking about herself. She's all about herself. How else do I relate to you what the journey is about unless I share it? And I share my highs, I share my lows, I share the closet. I don't have skeletons in the closet. I'm open about who I am to the world. This is how you help other people. You can't say, oh, go and heal your inner child, go and do this, go and do that. And you know, there's no motion. By having emotion, this is how you allow other people to feel your emotions. We are empaths. Okay, so I've been going into that a lot more. The empath in me is a curse as well as a blessing. Because my whole life, why am I an empath? Because I could walk into a room and smell the danger. I could smell who I had to protect myself from. And because at home I didn't have that protection around me, I would almost gravitate towards it, because if I could be there to control it, be there to watch over it, be there to see what was happening, I could control how much pain it was going to cause me. And this meant I would zone in on that person. So I would attract a narcissist because they would be the most unhealed person in the room, or the person that emulated that danger without even realizing anybody else. It does, exactly. They're not alone. And I've now understood that the narcissist is exactly the same as an empath, but from the complete other diversity. So all my life I wasn't protected. I wasn't told I was good enough. And I had to mold myself to somebody else. A narcissist has never been told when they were a child that they were wrong. They were always given a platform. They were given a platform to be. They were never made accountable for their actions. They were rewarded even in their bad behaviour. So you see, a psychopath is born, a narcissist is created, and the same with an empath. We all have the gift, and a narcissist just turns it the other way and takes no accountability, and the people around them are their shield. And they can walk into situations, and because of how they react with people, everybody around them, their ego covers them. Their loudness, their ability to blend and mix and create an image of themselves protects who they are. An empath zones in and sees the danger and walks straight into it. Because we know, what do they say? Keep your best friends close, but keep your enemies closer. And as empaths, that's what we did. The second, and that's why no matter how many people I would have ever met, they were all going to have strong narcissistical traits. By me freeing up that part of my heart that now doesn't have to protect me, my empath is understanding to the degree that now what I can do is walk in a room, I can see somebody who's unhealed, and I can look and think, I want to give you my heart. I want to give you the understanding of healing, but I don't have to attain to your pain anymore. It's like walking in and seeing a gun on the desk, a loaded gun, and I don't have the need to touch it. Whereas in my past, the fear of not wanting to touch that, I would have touched it. I don't need to be that person anymore. So now I'm going to be able to attract a love that isn't on the other end of the spectrum, or that narcissist is not going to get a supply and a feed from me, because I'm no longer going to give in a way that I don't receive. And that was something that I had to learn big time. I didn't know how to receive, and I couldn't understand why. The second I unlocked my heart today and freed that mother within me and said, go free. Whoever you are, whatever ancestor, whatever realm you came from, you can go now because I'm safe. And I know I'm safe. And that for an empath is massive. Hence the reason why I don't go shopping, why I do not go to places where there's lots of people, because I'm on the scan. It's like a robot. It's very like robotical. I absorb too much, and it's going to be a big test for me the next time I do go into those situations, which is why I'm very happy alone all the time. I don't mind going out for meals on my own. I go out most evenings and go and get coffee by myself, and I'll sit by a river in the middle of the pitch dark with just a few twinkly lights that are around me, and I don't fear nothing because I've been around fear that much. I would rather walk towards it, because it's the case of the unknown. Most people run towards or run away from pain and run away from fear. Oh, that's dangerous, I'm running the other way. I'd be like, well, it's dangerous, but maybe I could help. And I would walk into situations and my intuition would be going absolutely crazy. Like, this is not good. But everything in me drawn me in. And the narcissist will then see me and think, this person sees me, and I'm gonna test the waters. Will they give? Will they give? And no matter how much they asked, I felt as though I was helping myself or receiving love, because they receive love. Because my heart was so locked down, I didn't know how to receive it, because I was never shown that as a child. And that was part of my last part. I've faced a lot of my inner child issues. The last one I'm going to face is with my father. And I made the choice today that although he has Alzheimer's, he may not even remember who I am. But that release in seeing him is going to have to be something that I do. I never thought I had to. But I understood. I chased men in the image of him. Unavailable. narcissistical, addicts, shirted their responsibilities, and I always seen the better side of them. Why? Because I always loved my dad, regardless of the pain that he showed me. The abandonment, doesn't matter, I loved him. And this is why I always had that love for men who would abandon me, who are emotionally unavailable. Yeah, exactly. And how did I defend myself? By continually defending myself. How I put myself into high anxious or anxiety-ridden situations because it's the only way I knew how to cope. It felt normal to me. Other people were like, that isn't good, but I felt comfortable there. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to openly receive all the love that is given. I'm going to accept it. Thank you, whoever's just sent that donation. Thank you, whoever has just sent me that donation. I didn't catch the name, but it's just come through to my PayPal. I gratefully thank you, and I appreciate you. I really do. And this is where my heart, this is why I had to do this journey with this channel. Because by giving my understanding and my vulnerability and openness, you've allowed me to unlock. Is it off you, Honeybee? Thank you. Thank you, my darling. And you know, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Cindy, you can correct me here, but somebody called me and a few other people fake. And I knew in that moment, in the past, I would have been like, what have I? And I would have tried to attach that to who I were. I know I'm not, because I'm open. I don't just do what I do to earn something in return. I do it and give wholeheartedly. You get all of me. You get my happy emotions, you get me when I'm crazy, you get me when I'm in my childlike state, and now you're getting me in my emotional, heartily open state. And this is the first day of me letting that old part of me go. And I'm scared, because I've never lived a day in my life open in my heart, ever. I've always protected myself, which meant I was cold, and I was emotionally unavailable for somebody to love me, which is why I attract emotionally unavailable men, because I wasn't emotionally open to accept that love, because it almost felt like I was guilty to receive. Many people say, what you had for Christmas, what you have for your birthday, what would you like? Oh, I'm all right. Why? Because I'd never received stuff. I'd never really understood the art of receiving, because I was always the giver, and I'd never really received anything. It wasn't something that became natural to me. It wasn't something that I was grown with. Most children grow up and go, so what am I having for Christmas? I understood that life was hard, and asking for things got you shouted at, so I wouldn't ask. So then if somebody said to me, what do you want? Oh, no, fine. Because it would trigger that emotion that I might get in trouble for wanting something. I'm needy for wanting something. I must have done something dirty or sinister to get something from somebody, and it's a begging mechanism. It's a pity party, that kind of thing. So I didn't have the art of understanding. So now that I've released those chains, I feel like my whole chest is full for the first time. And you know, as I was having these pains in my heart, and my throat was sore, and my chest felt hot and burny. I wasn't ill. Come on out, shut the door. I'm on live. Yes. I wasn't. Stay there. Here's paper. Do your drawings. Good boy. Shut the door, please. I wasn't. Shut the door, please. Thank you. I love you. Shut the door. Shut the door properly so it closes. Properly. Thank you. So where was I? Yeah, so I kind of, I'm now in this frontier of stepping forward. I know it's my little boy. He wants some paper. He wants to do some more drawings. Of moving forward for the first time in my life with an open heart. Yeah, exactly. And it's a new step forward. It's kind of like a walking into the unknown. And I'm taking that step. Yeah, exactly. And I felt them, and the universe took my phone off me. They took my laptop off me. They said, no, you're not. I'm going to make sure that you don't feel well. I'm going to make sure that you don't have a way to distract yourself. You are going to face this because this is your last test. You see, I am not taking you further with the fear of receiving love in your heart. I'm taking you forward, and I'm going to release that. And I will no longer walk in fear ever again, ever. I feel so connected to myself that it feels amazing. So I've shared that poem on my community page, and that was written in the absolute breakdown moment that I had. And as much as it pained me to say goodbye to that person, I don't need her anymore. And sometimes it's almost like a chastity belt to the heart. Yeah. And then that's what I mean. We've all gone through that. And I think today being the full moon has really awokened the emotions. And it feels fabulous. It really, really does. I feel heartily opened. Well, yeah, somebody called me. No, it's on YouTube. Yeah, just go to my profile. And then you've got like a list of things. So you've got my videos, then you've got like what I share, then you've got my about and the community page, and then about. Go to my community page, and it's the last thing that I posted. And I used to always like to write poems. I had to wear it for so long that it become something that was heavy, and I couldn't walk forward, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I dealt with so many things, and the last thing that was stopping me move forward was me. The last thing was me. So apparently I'm fake, and I'm going to lose subscribers, and I'm going to lose my channel, according to a Karen. I don't know if that's a name. I can't remember what her name is, but somebody quite eloquently said it. We get Karens everywhere nowadays. And if you go by the memes, that is not a personal attack on those who are Karens, but those Karens have something to say about everything, and it was quite hilarious. But yes, I got called out for something apparently, and the humorous part about it is I think I'm probably one of the most open people that I know. Hi, Karen. It wasn't meant to insult anybody. That's actually the name. No, it was. I don't think her name was even Karen. You know, just like a comment comes across as, people say things like, I don't mean to be rude, but, and then they say something really rude and obnoxious. It was kind of like that. So I kind of was laughing, thinking, that is a real Karen moment. If ever you see, you see him on TikTok and on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, and this is what I mean. Spirit has given me the gift to open up and receive now. And I was blocking myself, because the second I would warm to somebody, that those locks would clamp down, that my heart would start swelling. Imagine like you've got a casket around your heart. Your heart's in the middle, and you've got plenty of room to breathe. You've got plenty of room to move until somebody starts giving you this love, and then your heart beats and the blood rushes in, and this little heart that was just pumping enough to give you life starts to expand. And then the cage would encapsulate that. No, darling, you're not going down that road. No, because pain is love. Love is pain. In the past, you loved your parent and you got hurt, closed down. You loved your father, you got closed down. You loved your friends, you got closed down. So every time I loved, we have a bot in the house. Millie or Miffy, whatever you are, go do one, my darling. Wrong channel, wrong people around here. So I always use that, and I could never really expand love and life. Has somebody got the bot out? Thank you, Debbie. So yes, that's where we are today, and I'm really looking forward to move forward. And I have to thank you lot. Thank you, my darling. So I have to thank you, all of you, for helping me release the last part of the fear that I had about receiving love. By showing me love, you have no idea how it's going to transform how I will live the rest of my years. For 44 years, I've never really felt love because I didn't know how to receive it. And even when somebody tried to show me love, I would try and find a way out, or try and find the hurt within them, and I would close it down. I would block it. I would block it instantly. My swords would come out and I would cut them away. And I'm not living that anymore. 44 years is enough pain and things to have to go through. It really is. I love you too, Cindy. I love you, Honeybee. I love you, Debbie. I love each and every one of you, because without you showing me how to receive, come on out, please. Shut the door, thank you. I wouldn't probably be here, or I wouldn't have recognised the things I was feeling, because as soon as I let it go this morning, my chest didn't feel pain anymore. I didn't have those heart palpitations. I didn't have that pain within my chest. I didn't have a cold. I didn't feel the heat from my cough. I drank. I stayed away from tea. I drank just honey, hot water, lemonade, and I even put a shot of what's it? Some like a Jack Danielsy type thing with spiced alcohol in there to try and burn it away. My name is Lou. Yes. I've got an itchy side, and that's all I done. And I've slept, and I've woken, I've slept, and it's been great. And I'm feeling the love for you all, and I'm receiving all of it. No, I'm absolutely fine. I've got a blocked nose now because I'm ugly crying with probably snot dripping into my mouth. Probably going to start tasting salt in a minute. You're more than welcome. Most people either say TTT or Lou, whichever you prefer. I'm really easy. It's a lot better than some of the names I've been called in my life. So yeah, so I've had a bath, I washed my hair, I'm going to blow dry it in a minute. I might even put some fake tan on and just really make myself feel alive and awake for tomorrow. Oh, I thank you. Yeah, exactly. When you can be open and vulnerable with somebody, that's a true sense of unconditional openingness, isn't it? Yeah, and that's what I send back to you. So if anybody that morning message this morning, if that related to you, then maybe you need to look within and think, hang on a minute. You ask the question of others, why do I attract men that are emotionally unavailable? But do you really know how to receive love? Is there something protecting your heart that you need to release the shackles from? Do you need to take that cocoon that you've put yourself in and your heart in for so long, because it's the only way that you could protect it. Exactly. Because if you want to step further in this journey, then that is the way you have to. Well, thank you. That is lovely to say thank you. I've accepted who I am now, more so than ever. I can happily come on here with a full face of makeup, and you've seen me when I do some of the lives and I'm completely made up, and other times I'm in my jammers with my hair in a knotty bun. That's probably hasn't been washed for a week and it's as full of grease as it's ever going to be. That's me. I don't worry anymore, because I've understood that my true of inner self is more attractive than anything I could do to the outside. And when it matches, it's great, and if it doesn't, hey ho, it doesn't matter. I'm beautiful, and I'm inside and out. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to read the comments afterwards. They're going away too fast for me to even read them while we're here. So I wanted to share that with you all. And if anybody's really feeling the energy of this full moon, it hit here a couple of hours ago. If anybody's feeling that emotional tie, thank you, Debbie. Then maybe have that look within. Do you fear love? Do you fear being hurt? If you do, that's the last step. You need to heal that. You need to heal that. If the person you was attached to come back to you and said, I want to love you, and I want to fix things for you, and I want to give you everything you've ever wanted, would your first reaction be, oh my God, yes? Or would your first reaction be, I wonder if they're going to hurt me again? I don't know if I want to say yes. When you fought for this and you want this, if there is still that bit of you that thinks, I'm going to get hurt if I say yeah, but what happens if they're lying? What happens if I can't trust them? That tells me that you're protecting your heart still. There's a difference between the pain of not opening your heart and having your intuition. If your intuition's going dong dong, ding dong dong, then you kind of look at the situation and say, okay, then let me weigh this up. But if my initial fear is your stomach turns and thinks, I'm scared, then it's because you're protecting your heart still. And there's something within you that you've been protecting it for such a long time, it would feel alien for you to release that. And those of you who have a lot of water in your charts, you don't have the barriers so much as the rest of us, because you walk with love, you walk with emotion, you're very emotionally attached to your emotions. That doesn't mean you can't hide it away and you can't heal it, and you can't not heal it, you can't hide it. It just means that you're more in tune to your emotions. And Aquarians are well known for being cold and detached and analytical and over logical. And no, we are very lovable people inside. We just have to learn to unlock a part of us that moves forward. Yeah, and that's probably one of the things. Melissa is like, no way, I'm not doing that. See, I've got a Leo moon, so I can be stubborn. No, it's gonna hurt me. No, this is crap. And I'll close my heart down. The other person feels as though I'm not giving, or I'm not, and then I'm thinking, look, see, emotional unavailable. You're emotionally unavailable, you are. No, you dumbass bitch. You can't see what love is to its true extent because you don't know how to welcome it in. Yeah, exactly. Oh, so there's my 4. There's my awakening story. I just seen 4 4s on the screen. So yes, I've had a lovely moment of inspiration, a lovely day of crying the most happiest tears that I can. And I just thought I'd pop in and say, hey, Is she? Is she a bit like standoffish the second she feels like you could be having just a bad day and then she might think there's something wrong with you and then she'll turn extra cold on you, and I used to do that if I felt like, say if I didn't get a message back in 4 or 5 hours. It's been nearly 7 days this time. Yeah, so it's been nearly, and every day I'm like, oh well, I can't do this. I daren't reach out. Why should I reach out? And my fear of rejection. But I would reject him. And the British are more reserved. Yes, we are. We are. Yeah, we are. And I think that's because we had to always have that stiff upper lip, my dear. Walk with your head held high. Put your heart in your pants and keep on walking. Do not show your fears or your pain. We are not here to do that. We're here to make an example out of people. Pretty much like the Queen, you know? She went to her own husband's funeral and didn't cry. That's how bloody stuck in our ways we are. Like, it's ridiculous. Oh, darling, I need to go to a funeral today. I'd better wear a mask. And I'm going to sit on my own. I don't need no kind of loving and attention while the men in Downing Street are swilling down champagne and whiskey and sniffing cocaine off the back of the toilets. Emotions? What are emotions? We don't do emotions. It's a sign of weakness. We didn't win the war with emotions, dear. We won the war with a stance. Yeah, exactly. Where did it get us? No freaking where. Well, I officially detach from the British hypocrisy and I'm opening up my heart. I knew I was meant to be from down south in the American state where the emotions are real and the vibes are real and it's all real, and there you go. And if somebody's an arsehole, then you tell them they're an arsehole. Oh well. I'm surprised I haven't been kicked out. So yeah. But I'm coming to America soon. I'm probably going to get shocked out my titties, aren't I? I am. But that's my next goal. My next goal is there. My next fund saving mission is to get to America and come and meet most of you lovely people. Exactly. Yes. What was that last one? I am dethroned. You know what, though? You can't take the throne off of me. I'm going to come and be the British Queen in America. That's me. Yeah. Yeah. I come at people face value on, and I'm emotionless. It's seen as that. And I'm thinking, why don't they warm to me? Probably because I walk under a dark cloud of, I don't know what it is, defensiveness. And we've defended our rights to be British. We've defended our rights to be a single parent. My nan used to say, my grandma had one relationship really for most of her life. And she's been single for like 50 years. I'm 44. I never, ever have known my nan be with anybody. And I used to say, wouldn't you like a man? Oh, I need a man like I need hole in the head, mate. Because the old way of doing things meant that it was a weak thing to allow somebody to love you again, or you love somebody else. I've been hurt once, I've had my kids, that's it, me done. You don't need a man after having your children. I'm not having children no more, so I don't need it. And now she's in her 90s, living alone, with carers coming in every day. It's not where I want to be at all. So I needed to break the shackles and break the chains. What's that song? We are the women in petticoats. The women's movement in the 60s or 70s ruined it for us women over here. We're here to savour the women's votes. Though we are so imaginally, we love our men, but really they... Oh, I can't even remember what it is. It's the song from Mary Poppins anyway. And it very much is that we're going to stand up for our rights. We're going to do what I do, but we're going to come home and bow down to our husbands. It's... So, yeah. And I was raised on that bloody film. I really were. And that's it. I think that's about all for my days. And I feel happy that I've got it out. I'm hoping somebody might find inspiration within this video to look within. And if you do feel love coming in, understand that until you open up that part, you will always attract a man that fears to love in return, or doesn't know how to love in return, and will happily take your love but doesn't know how to give it because you don't know how to receive it. And as we know, you attract where you are in life. You attract who you are. And if you're emotionally unavailable and not able to connect, then that's the way it is. Well, thank you for the 29 likes. We are now 51 minutes in. I'm going to watch another film. There's a film that's on Netflix. Oh, it's a series, and it's called The Afterlife. Oh my God. Me and my son cried for about 10 minutes at the trailer. So we're going to start the Netflix series tomorrow. I'm going to go and get munchies. We're not doing any education tomorrow. I've ordered a load of new things to come in to help do like with the maths and the English and stuff. So we're going to have a day off. We're going to cook, which is still baking cakes of some kind. And that we can still integrate maths with that. But as for structure, no, there is not going to be any structure. It does. History does repeat itself. And we have, and me, I personally believe, I love that show too. Well, I've not even started watching it, but I've seen me and my son Don. We cried, me and Diddles, we cried our eyes out today. I don't know what episode. The one we seen was there was in the pub, and they were having a tot of brandy, and he was flicking these ashes on the floor. And the barman comes up and he said, "What are you doing, lad?" He went, "I'm just releasing me dad." He said, "Your dad's in that urn?" He went, "Yeah." "Well, what are you doing that for?" "Because my dad wanted me to." He looked and he went, "All right, that's it, lads, you two, get on out, picked up the brandies." And he went, phew, and threw the ashes in the man's face. Well, at that point, me and my son nearly fell off the floor crying. We literally fell off the floor crying. The man's like, it was absolutely hysterical, like crying tears of hysteria. And then for 10 minutes, every time we looked at each other, we would burst belly laugh into increasing on the floor. So I'm going to go and get some munchies. I'm going to bake some biscuits or some cakes or something. And we're going to watch that tomorrow. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you there. It's 53:53 as I said that. I hope you all have a lovely evening. And I shall be back with a morning message tomorrow. So, love you. Speak to you soon. Love and light. Plenty of healing. Get good night's sleep. And I shall be back in the morning, bright and early. Have a good night. Bye.